Okay. Ready to call your first witness? Thank you. Everybody be seated.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you give to the court that the truth, the whole truth, so help you? I do. Go ahead and have a seat and state. Gerald, state your name to the microphone.
Detective Jason Teague, Jason-Teague, City of Atlanta Police Department.
Good afternoon, Detective Teague. Can you tell the jurors how you are currently employed, sir?
I'm a detective in the Police Department's Homeland Security Unit.
Okay. And how long have you worked with the City of Atlanta Police Department?
27 years.
And can you tell the jurors your 27 years, kind of briefly, where you've been assigned throughout your career?
When I came on the police department after police academy, I was assigned to Zone 3 as a patrol officer for the first 5 years of my career, at which time I was promoted to detective in 2004, at which I was a robbery and ag assault detective, mostly concentrating in the downtown area. Then I was transferred to the Intelligence Organized Crime Unit up under our Homeland Security Unit. And I specialize in investigations dealing with organized crime, higher-end narcotics, and things of that nature. After which I was moved within the unit to our electronic surveillance unit in 2009, when I was sent off to training to specialize in basically everything from taking video, installing covert cameras, GPS tracking, wiretapping, video recovery from digital video systems, radiological detection, and things of that nature.
And you said you were assigned to that unit or that division of Homeland Security in 2009. Have you been there ever since?
Yes.
And can you describe to the jurors the training that you received when you started and the training you continue in order to be able to do what you do in the technical division of Homeland Security?
Well, it's just continuing training in different places. A lot of training we've had to go to Regional Counter Drug Training Academy in Meridian, Mississippi, where I went through my basic tech school, which was an 80-hour course, and then teaching you how to deal with cameras, installations, dealing with GPS trackers, and things of that nature. Then there was another week class right after that, teaching you how to install in vehicles, you know, semantics of dealing with sound capture and video in vehicles and things of that nature. Then specifically for video recovery training class, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia, where the state, local, and federal police officers train in technical issues, dealing with video recovery, and basically just getting that. More extensive training at Ocean Systems up in Silver Springs, Maryland, dealing with video and video recovery.
Okay.
I'll be here for a long time if I go into various aspects.
Let me focus in. You've talked about your training as it relates to video recovery. Is that training something that you have you received as you talked about, and is that training you continue to receive because of the changing technology?
Yes.
And in what technical unit can you explain to the jurors? Are you requested to assist on many different cases with the City of Atlanta Police Department?
Yes. Whenever crimes occur and there are people who have digital video recording systems, and people generally don't know how to export the video so we can put in evidence. Me and 3 of my co-workers were called out to the scene to recover the video. The investigators who will lead on the case tell us the time frame of video that is needed, and we pull the video for them, make sure the video plays, and turn it over to the detectives so they can watch and study their evidence.
And the video recording systems that you encounter when you're assisting the many different detectives within the police department are, in your experience, all the video equipment that you encounter, is it the same? Is it different?
No, there are many different kinds. Basically, the main thing that's focused on in the training, you have to learn the methodology of how to get the video. You go into some systems, They have different terminology in them, like you have to pick the video. Some of them you have to click export. Some of them you have to click backup. Some you have to click download. You have to know how to get to the time frame needed and things of that nature. And that's pretty much the main part of the training. We had down in Flexi, there's a whole lab of just many different video systems, and during that week of training, even though it was a 40-hour course, we were in there 9 and 10 hours a day, just in those labs, just going through different video systems and just exporting the video so it can be given over as evidence and presented. So it's, like I said, it's just you have to get trained on the methodology.
And as part of your training in the methodology, is there ever a time, because of the different types of video equipment that you encounter, that the equipment actually has to be taken from the location and you export what you've talked about that way? Through
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the fact that, I'm going to bring this up here just in case you
Appreciate it.
large bottle of water there.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about, as it relates to the different systems that you encounter, do all of them keep time or the timestamps that are associated with the video surveillance footage you're able to extract or take off the system? Is that all on one central time or network, or is it different?
It depends on the system. Some systems are network video systems that are pretty much tied in with the internet and run like computers. So generally those time frames stay the same. Standalone digital video recorders, just the best description I have, kind of look like old school VCRs, but just all digital with a hard drive in them. Those things are, you have to go in and manually change the time. So time gets off on those things generally depending on how long the system's been there. Things like power outages, daylight savings times, and things like that you have to account for. And most of the time, most people, once they put it in, they leave it alone. If they don't have incidents to go on, it's just there. So the time over time gets off a little bit, but the video recordings stay consistent. So when we go into there, we have to look at the date and time offset and account for that when we're pulling the video.
And based on kind of what you just described, when hypothetically, if you're helping an investigator either in homicide or in a different department or unit within the City of Atlanta Police Department, and you pull footage from several different video surveillance systems from, let's say, a BP at one location, a warehouse camera, is it possible that the timestamps on those two independent video systems are different but covering the same time period?
Yeah, because generally you can even, their times generally never match up. Even it's kind of like even with you and your cell phones, a lot of times you might have a cell phone on Verizon or a cell phone on AT&T, they might not even match up perfectly. And when you're dealing with video systems like that, they generally never match up perfectly.
So in those instances, when you are able to locate different video surveillance systems in an area that there's the potential that evidentiary value is of each system, how are you able to make sure that you pull the same time period for each system if they're running on different times, that they have different timestamps?
Well, you look at the time on the live screen right there, and you make the changes, you account for that and just pull back. On homicide investigations, usually though, we're pulling a massive amount of video. We're going back sometimes hours, if not days sometimes, to pull video. So we account for that, and generally when we pull video, the defining thing we like to do is to most of the time catch when the patrol cars are there. Because of the in-car video systems and the body-worn cameras, those times are usually correct. So that's way, once we have them arrive, that's how we can gauge, if we were watching the video, approximate times.
Okay. And coming this back on July 4th of 2020, were you requested, or was your assistance requested by the lead detective, Detective Shepard, as it relates to the death of Secoriea Turner, between the hours of 9:30 and 10 o'clock on July 4th.
Yes.
And once you receive that request or that call for assistance, can you tell the jurors kind of the first steps that you take in order to assist Detective Shepard?
Well, Detective Shepard directs me which businesses he wants me to pull the video from, and generally they've already made contact with the people that I need to talk to go in there, identify myself, and they show me to where their video system is. If there's a password or not, they give me the password, go into the system, designate, see what time the system shows, and starts pulling the amount of video that Detective Shepard has asked for.
Okay, and the area, the general area that you were requested to come to and provide assistance, was that kind of near the intersection of University and Pryor?
Yes.
And is that location that you kind of, that corridor that you canvassed and attempted to extract video surveillance here in the city of Atlanta, Fulton County?
Yes, it is.
Now, once you arrived to the scene, can you kind of describe what you observed, the environment?
Well, it had been ongoing protests out there for a bit, and the area had, best description was kind of like in disarray in the area, because basically overnight there was like hardly any law enforcement presence out there. So it was kind of a interesting scene.
Okay. When you arrived on scene, were there other officers and detectives on scene?
Yes.
And is one of the primary concerns when you arrived and when others arrived the safety of the members of the police department and the general public that's still present and out there?
Yes, because we have to hold the crime scene.
Okay. And let me ask you this question. During the summer of 2020, you were working in Homeland Security?
Yes.
And as it relates to your specific division or unit, Homeland Security, were there, to your knowledge, based on being in the unit, officers or detectives with that unit present throughout the summer?
Present, yes, present in the areas generally until certain times when things started going south at night.
Okay. And can you explain, what do you mean by that? The present generally, and then at night, their presence was, it sounds minimal?
At that location, generally at night, people started showing up.
An objector, Ron. I don't know that the officer is testifying from personal experience.
I am.
Okay, well, I'll withdraw the objection. Thank you.
People started showing up carrying long guns, walking in the area, blocking the street and confronting vehicles as they passed through. Generally around those times, we were basically told to go ahead and leave the area, because when you're dealing with undercover police officers and people open carrying of weapons, you increase the possibility of confrontations between the two.
And is it fair to say that withdrawing, I guess, the presence of uniform officers during that time, and as well as you said undercover officers at the evening, is that for the general safety of everyone?
Depends on someone's point of view, but generally, yes, you're just lessening the potential of an armed confrontation.
Okay. Now, that's a bad question. I should ask, does that minimize, based on your training experience, the risk of confrontation with law enforcement being withdrawn with people open carrying rifles and things of that nature?
In a sense, yes.
Okay. Now, when you arrived to assist Detective Shepard in his investigation, can you explain to the jurors the video surveillance systems that you encountered and your success in being able to extract or take data from the surrounding area?
Yes. Different systems. The BP gas station had a specific system that uses a proprietary player, and The other two had regular DVR systems except for the digital, the system at the diesel place that was actually, at the time, it was vacant, they had their cameras outside on poles recording.
Okay. And is that the area that can be described as a kind of a warehouse that's kind of past or across catty corner from where the Wendy's used to stand?
Yes.
And were you able to get any video surveillance footage from the liquor store, the package store, at the top of the street where University and Pryor intersect?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors when you encountered that system, was there anything different than what you've described as it relates to the systems you encountered with the what I'll call the warehouse and then the BP gas station?
Just different brands.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors when you examined the systems and you were able to, well, were you able to extract footage from each one of the systems and each one of the locations?
Yes.
And in your review of the cameras and the footage, were all of the timestamps that you encountered from each system, were they the exact same?
No.
And were you able to do what you described, look for uniformed officers or events that you have been, that you've talked about here with Detective Shepard and locate the footage for what's been described?
Yes.
Okay. And in each instance, as it relates to the footage or the system from the BP, the package store, and then the warehouse, were you able to actually download the requested footage from Detective Shepard?
Yes.
And I want to show you what's been marked as State Exhibit 2. Here, let me have first look.
Yes.
You will take a look at State Exhibit 2 and let me know if you recognize it.
Yes, this video for the, yes, ma'am.
And the video, is it contained on a USB?
Sorry, she couldn't
Yes,
do it.
video from the incident.
The video that you described from the incident in State Exhibit 2, had you have an opportunity to review all the video footage contained or the video footage that's contained on the USB drive?
Yes.
And is that video footage a fair and accurate copy of the footage you were actually able to pull from the BP, the package store, and the warehouse?
Yes.
And in addition to looking at the footage you actually pulled, did you also look at footage on State Exhibit 2 where it was a compilation in the sense that the footage from each one were merged or put together?
Yes.
And did, after you reviewed the compilation, did it fairly and accurately depict all the footage that you looked at previously when you assisted Detective Shepard on July 4th, 2020?
Yes.
Here, at this time, the state would tender what's been marked as State Exhibit 2 in evidence.
Any objection?
We don't know right now, we don't know exactly what video we're talking about. I know he mentioned a compilation because I think we will object to the compilation.
But I can lay a greater foundation if that's
fine. Go ahead.
necessary. So when I say compilation, in your review of what I'm calling the compilation, is that footage all from, taken from, for example, the BP?
Yeah. Compilation, all of it from the VP. It seemed like the compilations from different videos there, but it looked like some of it was zoomed in.
So let me be more specific. The compilation, was it specific time periods from each one of the video surveillance camera systems that you've encountered and have described today from July 4th of 2020?
Yes, you should be able to match up the compilation to the raw video.
And in your review, is that what you were able to do?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, now the state defender was remarked the State Exhibit 2.
Your Honor, I'll object to if it's the altered video where there are marks on it, I'll object to that. And I'm just not certain if that's the video we're talking about in terms of compilation where there are circles and highlights. I object to that.
Are there circles and highlights?
And zoomed in, as the witness said.
There is.
Okay, are you going to submit the original videos too? Are you going to put those in evidence in case the defense needs the original videos? It's all there?
Did State Exhibit 2, did it contain every video that you were able to pull from the extractions of all three systems?
Yes, it had the raw video.
And in addition to the raw video, did it have a compilation of the raw video from each of the systems you described, but for specific time periods, and let's say for an example, 9 to 10 o'clock from the BP, from the warehouse, and from the package store?
Yes.
And was any of the footage altered in a way that changes the substance of what you were able to extract and pull?
From what I watched, no.
Okay. I would tender State Exhibit 2.
We object to the altered video.
On what ground?
It's altered, Your Honor. It is testimonial. There are circles, there are highlights, there are, I think, zoomed in parts are dark. It's enlightened. It's testimonial. It's drawing conclusions that should be in the province of the jury to determine if that person is the person they're saying it is.
Okay, I think that these may be arguments for whether the video would go out later in the trial with the jury. Do you want to talk? You can talk. Go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, I believe this is an issue that we need to discuss outside the presence of the jury. We
Okay.
need to understand that they were going to try to admit this right now.
Okay. So members of the jury, can I send them to lunch now?
If we could finish this witness, then send him.
Okay.
I think
Will you guys step in the jury room for just a minute?
All right for the jury.
I do have a couple questions for you right off the bat. Is this being tendered as a demonstrative or substantive evidence?
substantive evidence.
Okay, and who made the marks or zoomed in? Do we know that?
Our graphics department.
Graphics department, okay.
Maybe,
Yes.
there's no changes to the video, sorry, Mr. Biden. I don't think it goes to admissibility, it can go to the weight that the jury gives it, but it's nothing that changes or alters the video in any type of way, except for it's a circle.
And it doesn't remove anything from the province of the jury because Detective Teague is not saying that he has any idea who the person, any of the people in the video are. He is indicating it is video that he pulled that is being tendered as evidence that has circles around it.
Okay, go ahead.
The circle says, "This is Conley," and that circle follows that person, and it follows that person into a shaded area where you can't even make out who the person is within that area. But that circle is still there. It is suggested that the same person you saw here in circle is the same person you saw here. Clearly, Mr. Conley's circle is the same person you see here. Not clearly, but it's the same circle, so it's testimonial. It's drawing a conclusion for the jury that person A is person B, and that's what this whole case is about to some extent.
Okay, is he going to testify about the video or is he just laying the foundation for the video?
Well, he's not going, none of the video is going to be shown with him, if that's your question. He is laying the foundation and I'm tendering it.
Get it in. And is another witness going to testify about the marks on it and anything that would be testimonial, like arrows saying that that's the defendant? Will somebody else testify to that?
Detective Shepard would be the one who testifies about the markings on the video because he did the markings as it relates to a set of the videos. And then our graphics department used the same markings when we combined. So there's a 360 or 180 view of the entire area. But
Okay.
the raw footage is the raw footage. There's no way to change that.
Okay,
And no objection to the raw footage.
okay.
I have an objection, Your Honor, just to clear everything up. For the record, Sean Hoover on behalf of Mr. Conley. The reason I said this had to be outside the presence of the jury because I didn't believe this was going to pop up this early. So in regards to what the state is trying to do with this officer or this witness is literally bring in all of the surveillance evidence collected and altered by multiple people through him. Once we allow that tendered in, there's no second step for us to say, no, we didn't know what that was. That's the problem. So, Your Honor, in regards to this officer, if they want to tender the surveillance that he received from those locations, period, that's it, that he gave to Detective Shepard, we have no objection to that. However, Detective Shepard, now we know someone in the district attorney's office, which now there's a foundational issue because we need to know who took the videos, who are they an expert, are they not, what they used to alter or change the videos, He can't say they're fair and accurate because we know someone in the district attorney's office did something to it after. So not only is there a foundational issue, there is also an identification issue. The identification issue is once somebody altered that video, now it sounds like they're going to try to use Detective Shepard to come in and say the person that we zoomed in on, the person that we put the circle around, the person that we're following, I believe that to be Mr. Conley. There's case law in Georgia that explicitly says an officer is not a person that can identify a person on a blurry video like that. And I can quote some case law now, or we can wait till Detective Shepard gets up here, Your Honor. But what case law says is, in these situations where the video is blurry, or the video you can't 100% see a person's face or who that person is, a witness that was on the scene can testify to who they believe that person is. The victim that was on the scene can testify who they believe that person is, or someone who personally knows Mr. Conley, who's seen the video and knows his mannerisms, knows his gaits, knows how he walks, knows how he talks. They can use their personal information, if called, to bring that in. What the state is trying to do is take surveillance video that was not altered, was not changed or deleted in any way. They gave it clearly to someone in their office who we don't even know who that person is because they never told us about it, which is a violation on its own. And now they want to bring a detective in to identify Mr. Conley when the video shouldn't come in, the still shot shouldn't come in, anything altered shouldn't come in, and that witness is not the person that is supposed to, or that's qualified to identify Mr. Conley on these types of videos. So for all of those reasons, we cannot allow this whole USB drive to be tendered in. We got to go piece by piece because now we know the district attorney's office did something to change the original video. So he can't say it's a fair and accurate representation of what he downloaded because they just admitted that it's not because of them.
Well, that is not the case.
You just said somebody in your office.
I let
Okay,
you argue. It's my
let him speak.
So, but what happened, what just occurred with Detective Teague was he said he reviewed the compilation, that there were no alterations or deletions to the footage in itself, and that there are circles around it. The circles are not, he is not saying they're Connolly. Detective Shepard isn't saying it's Connolly. The circles indicate that it's the person with the red shirt on, which you can see, the person with the jeans that are lighter than everybody else, which you can see. We can make that argument in closing that the person in the circle with the red shirt on, with the jeans on, that are light colored and not black like everybody else, is Mr. Connolly, because he was the only person out there with a red shirt, white writing, and the light colored jeans. And then he identifies himself on the footage from the press conference as that him being the person in the bolos or the Crime Stopper flyers.
Is the detective going to say he participated in that preparation of the video, that he was part of that?
100%.
Okay, so point well taken. I'm going to admit this subject to the continued foundation being laid. So right now it can't be played for the jury, but I'm going to allow that he has laid a foundation for identifying that as the raw video that has been placed in another format that he recognizes and hasn't been changed. But before a jury sees that, we're going to hear additional testimony, and it's fine for that to be out in the presence of the jury.
And
Okay.
before Detective Shepard takes a stand, Your Honor, I would like to present the case law that I have.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. What time? When do you think you're going to present the detective? Is that today or a different day?
It would not be today.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Friday.
Okay, that's fine. And if you want to submit something, if you want to go ahead and give us the case law during one of the breaks, that's fine.
Will do.
Okay. Okay. And are you also going to tender just the raw footage? Are you going to put the original videos in or no?
They're on
The original videos are all on that as well. So it's the original videos plus a kind of compilation.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. All right, we can bring the jury back in. Do you want me to make that ruling again in front of the jury, or do you guys want to let them go to lunch?
Well, how much more I don't know how much more they have
Do you have any more?
with this witness.
I may have one question on that.
Okay. All right, well, it's been tendered outside their presence, so if you want to take it back up in front of them, that's fine, but if not, it's settled.
Well, I guess, is Your Honor going to rule on, I guess, the...
I'll rule.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
All right, for the jury.
What exhibit number was that?
2, Your Honor.
2.
Julian Conley.
Thank you. All right, having heard the arguments of the parties, please be seated. Having heard the arguments of the parties as to exhibit number 2, at this point the proper foundation has been laid for the raw footage that's on that jump drive, and the remainder, any compilations, are admitted but subject to the continued foundation being laid through a later witness. So,
Thank you.
everybody understand the ruling?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for Detective
Okay.
Teague and the redirect.
Cross.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please.
I think you talked about in your direct testimony the area being in a bit of a disarray. Is that fair to say?
That's to put it lightly.
When was your first time going to the scene or to the area?
To the area
Yes.
was right after the Rashard Brooks incident. The next morning, we were already at work constantly around 16 hours a day dealing with the riots that were going on at Marietta and COP.
And how many times thereafter? Do you have notes to indicate how often you went after that first appearance?
We were down there daily, passively monitoring just to see the goings and comings and things of that nature, trying to passively monitor the crowds through basically 9 engagements just to see what's going on, generally to report back, because we were running a joint operations center at the time, at police headquarters, monitoring all the unrest in the city.
And I guess I'm asking specifically about you rather than the collective we. About how many times were you present?
Present at that location?
Yes.
I was present at that location generally going back and forth between COP and Marietta at least 2 to 3 hours a day at different time frames.
And when you would be there, isn't it fair to say that I think you testified to police, correct me if I'm wrong, that there were many people carrying long guns, correct?
Yes, they would show up at different times. We had different incidents out there, including a couple of gunfights. We had an officer assaulted, and several different people just hit with random gunfire.
But now, as we move closer to July 4th, were you still going to the area then?
Yes, still randomly when I was at work, we were still tasked with monitoring everything that was going on, reporting back.
Now let's talk specifically about July 4th. Isn't it fair to say that there were kids and families out there as well, correct?
Yeah, there's some people brought their kids out there. Some people brought their families out there. Even some people went so far as to set up stands selling T-shirts and barbecue.
Right. People were cooking out. People were living in tents, correct?
Yeah.
Did you notice the garden out there as well that people had set up?
They set up many things out there. I wouldn't call it a proper garden, but they set lots of things up there.
But generally, talking about July 4th, that was a more festive atmosphere, correct?
I would not be the person to call any of that stuff that was going on out there during that time frame festive.
When you say you would not be the person, I guess you have...
I would not use that term as being festive. Because generally when I refer to something being festive, it's not next to a burned down restaurant. It's being festive.
And children in the streets doing cartwheels, that don't qualify as festive in your opinion.
That's the opinion of whoever parents brought them out there. I wouldn't bring mine.
Well, you are entitled to not bring this out there, correct?
Like I say, that's everybody's personal right as a parent to bring, each parent judges where they would bring their child at. But, I can't be the one to say this parent was correct for bringing their child or not correct.
And there was also, again, fireworks as well happening that evening, correct?
Yeah, people were shooting fireworks also.
You ever been to a block party?
Many.
This was sort of like a block party.
I would not call this a block party.
You wouldn't call it festive or a block party, right?
No, I would not.
Now, you indicated something about the COP. What?
16 Olympic Park Drive, by the CNN Center.
Okay. And you said you were in that area as well?
Yes, we were monitoring both areas.
Okay. Now, in talking about the many people there who had long guns, there were no arrests of those people with long guns just for carrying those long guns, correct?
Not that I'm familiar with.
Are you familiar with the term autonomous zone?
Yes, I'm familiar with the term autonomous zone.
And if,
But I do not recognize the authority of an autonomous zone
well,
as a police officer.
well, with that zone being autonomy, isn't that almost indicative of there not being authority?
Well, not being authority was still in the city, but authority was ordered out of the area.
And you didn't like that, did you?
Not particularly.
So someone above you ordered that there be no police presence in this area at particular times. Isn't that correct?
I'm going to object to hearsay as well as speculation.
That is a question.
Can you reframe the question?
Police were ordered not to be in that area, correct?
Yes.
And the term autonomous zone, that is a zone that was given to the area by law enforcement, correct?
I wouldn't say because you could pull police out that it was given to someone.
So even if there were police there, they were pulled out.
Yes.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
Very briefly,
Okay.
you talked about other areas that you had monitored or were monitoring on across. Did you also respond on that same day, July 4th of 2022, the Edgeworth Auburn Avenue area where shooting occurred?
Yes.
And in relation to the shooting and death of Secoriea Turner, was that after that occurred? If you can recall?
I think so. That day was kind of chaotic with shootings all over town.
I don't have to further go.
Okay, any recross?
I have no more questions for you. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Actually, can he be excused or do you need him later?
Yeah, we can be excused.
Okay, thank you.
I have no objection, Your Honor, either.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your testimony. Okay,
No, I'm good. Run back to training.
okay. Thank you.
I'm good. Appreciate it.
Okay, members of the jury, here's one surprise. We're being moved down to 1D. This courtroom is crowded. There are a couple tech issues. So we're going to be in still a different courtroom after your lunch break. We're going to move everything down there, including some of the equipment back in the back, because it's a much larger, fancier courtroom than mine, but your jury room's a little smaller. So we'll bring down the microwaves and the refrigerator so that you have those and can count on those. So do we have instructions for where they should report after lunch?
I get with them.
Good, okay. So Deputy Hero will escort you out and we'll let you know where to go. Will you try to be back by 1:45? And if you've got stuck somewhere, it's fine. We'll wait for you. You've waited for us plenty. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, for the jury.
And tomorrow we'll likely order lunch for everybody to try to keep the We've received correspondence from your media witnesses counsel. When do you anticipate calling that person as a witness? We need to set up a hearing on that.
Tomorrow, Your Honor.
Tomorrow. Early in the day?
Let me get back after lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we just need to give them notice about when to show up. All right, thank you.
I guess it'd probably be better if we could handle that before we start the proceedings tomorrow.
I agree. First thing. In fact, we could let the jury come in like 30 minutes late or something. Okay. All right, thanks, everyone.
It was me.
All right, for the jury. All right, jurors, that kind of point.
Is the state ready to call your next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The state of Georgia calls Gerald Campbell.
You raise your right hand for me. You swear affirm the testimony you give to the court that the truth, the whole truth, so help me.
Yes.
And answer my state spelling your name to the court.
Gerald Campbell.
Mr. Campbell, you're going to need to speak up a little. The court reporter's in front of you, and
Okay.
she's got to take down everything you say.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Thank you.
Gerald Campbell. GeraldCambor.
How you doing this afternoon, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm all right. How old are you?
50.
And where are you from?
New Orleans born, ATL living.
All right. And when did you move to Atlanta?
93.
93.
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living?
CDL, commercial driver.
Okay. And tell the members of the jury what a CDL is.
It is a commercial driver's license. You got two different kinds. You got the kind that drives buses, and then you have Class A, which drives buses, trucks, everything. I'm certified to drive anything you see on the road. Yeah.
And how long have you had your CDL?
Since 2014, July 2014.
Okay. Want to draw your attention back to 2020. Who were you employed with then?
MARTA,
And what does MARTA stand for?
Metro Atlanta Regional Transit Authority.
All right. And can you tell us what some of your job duties were?
Say that again.
I said, can you tell us what some of your job duties were?
To drive the bus.
Okay. So you say to drive the bus. Would
Yeah.
that mean like the big transit bus that comes and picks up passengers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what shift did you normally work?
Second shift.
Okay. And back on July 4th of 2020, were you employed with MARTA?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on this particular day, what shift were you working?
Second shift.
Second shift. And what's the second shift?
It fluctuates between, you can go in from noon to about maybe 2 or 3 o'clock. It just depends on what route that you had. And I was like a floater, so I did whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that you went wherever you were needed?
Yes, absolutely.
And back on July 4th of 2020, what route were you driving?
I think it was the 55.
The 55? And tell
Jonesboro.
me where the 55 went.
5 Points is where it started off. That's where I relieved the first shift driver at 5 Points, and it goes to Forest Park somewhere.
All right. And
Yeah.
if you remember, how long does it take to complete this route from start to finish?
That was my first and only time that I driven that route, so I believe it was a longer route. So I believe it might have been like anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half.
And what does it mean for a route to be outbound?
Outbound, 5 Points was the main train station. So when you leaving 5 Points, that's going outbound. When you coming back to 5 Points, that's inbound to 5 Points.
And were there cameras installed on the MARTA bus?
Yes, sir.
MARTA buses, okay? And where were those cameras located?
You got some inside. I think you got a couple of them facing me. A couple of cameras facing the street. One straight ahead. I think you got one behind the bus. It's probably like 8 or 9 cameras on the bus.
Okay. And back on July 4th of 2020, did that bus you was driving have cameras?
Yes, sir.
And were those cameras fully functioning?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, pursuant to 24-803 and 24-903, the state tenders the certified business record for the MARTA bus videos.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, what exhibit number is that?
This is going to be 3A.
3A is admitted. Thank you.
Now, permission to approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I am showing you what has been pre-marked in State's Exhibit 3. You can take it off. Do you recognize their flash drive?
Yes, sir.
And how do you recognize their flash drive?
Just by being showed it, and I have my initials on it.
Do you also have a date on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to watch that flash drive for its entirety?
Yes, sir.
And was it a fair and accurate depiction of what took place on July 4th of 2020?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, state, well, there's one more thing I'm gonna ask you. Did you also have an opportunity to watch a compilation video of all of the raw footage that was from July 4th of 2020?
Yes, sir.
Was that a fair and accurate depiction of all of the raw footage from this particular day?
Yes, sir.
Were there any markings on these videos?
Nah, they was pretty clear from what I saw.
Your Honor, at this time, State would tender State's Exhibit 3 into evidence.
Any objection?
Before we make the objection, Your Honor, I'm a little confused as to what surveillance he's actually talking about, because we know there's surveillance from that day for multiple locations, and what the state just said was, well, all of it. So are we talking about every single piece of surveillance that was collected that day from every location, or just the surveillance from the MARTA bus?
Mr. Cameron, when you reviewed the footage, was it, where did that footage come from?
From the bus.
Would that be the MARTA bus?
That's it. I didn't see any other footage.
If it's,
Did you say I did not see any other footage?
But the bus, that's it.
if it's just the actual footage from the MARTA bus with no alterations or deletions or corrections, then we have no objection.
Your Honor, there are none. So, State tenders, State's Exhibit 3,
It's admitted.
permission to publish.
Granted.
Let the record reflect that we are starting the video at 0:00. As promised, technology is still not on our side, no matter where we are. So, Mr. Cameron, can you tell me the jury what we're watching at this particular point?
That is me coming down Prior Street, about to make a left turn.
Okay. And when you make your left-hand turn, where are you going?
I'm going outbound towards the end of the line, but that is University right there.
All right. So prior to the pause, there was a store that was in front of you. What store was that?
The name of the store, I don't know. I think it was a liquor store though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what are we looking at right now?
That's me.
And is that you back on July 4th of 2020?
Yes.
Did you just hear what you just said?
It's blocked off.
Okay. And what is it's blocked off? What's blocked off for this particular?
The street.
Okay. And why did you say that the street was blocked off?
Cause it was barricades, and you know, I couldn't make it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was this bus empty or did you have passengers?
Yeah, I had passengers. I don't remember how many, but I know I had a few of them on there.
All right. And what are we watching now?
That is me looking like I'm about to back it up. The lights just went out, so I'm backing the bus up. Cause whenever you put the bus in reverse, the lights go out so you can see. And I'm tapping the horn, letting people behind me know that I'm coming back.
And why are you backing it up instead of going forward?
Cause the street was blocked off.
You trying to ride? No, I'm going the other way. I saw it go. Hey,
You can come through, bro. Hold up, stop. You can come through. You trained. You a part of the community. You're not doing that. Y'all stay on. They're gonna be that ride. Come back down. I got you through. Come on.
So prior to this person coming up to tell you that you can go through, were you allowed to go through?
No.
You ride?
Yeah, you coming through. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You ride?
Now, do you see someone wearing a red shirt in this particular video?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you tap the screen for me? And can you tap it? All right. Hit that button. Can you circle that person wearing their red shirt? And what, if anything, do you notice about what this person has on them?
Got what looks to be a AK style, firearm.
Okay. And did this person ever approach?
I'm sorry, AR style.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you know this is a AR style firearm?
Because it's long and it's hanging off a shoulder strap.
Okay. And did this person happen to approach the bus at any point?
I don't believe any further than you see in the picture right here.
Yeah. The wheelchair. You ride? Yeah.
Did the person in the red that you previously circled just say something to you?
Objection, Your Honor, that would be hearsay.
Party opponent statement.
At this point, we have no idea who that person is. There's been no testimony to it, so as of right now, it's still hearsay.
A effect upon the listener. I'm not offering for the truth of the matter asserted either, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll hear the statement. Go ahead.
Yes.
I overruled you since it's in the recording.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, do you see another individual that just came from screen prior? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And can you circle that person for me? And what, if anything, did you notice about this person?
His pants is sagging. He look like he's holding a firearm, but I can't really tell from this angle.
Okay. So, if you tap the screen, you can get rid of the first circle. Tap it. Let's hit the play button.
I got y'all, y'all. No disrespect, y'all. We got y'all.
You hear me? Man, send this motherfucker to the neck.
I promise I got you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, come back in here. Tell me what you got your room. Hold up, stop. You can come through if you train. You're a part of the community. You're not doing that. Y'all stay on that. Come back in here. I got you too. Come on.
You right here. You right? That's right.
Come through. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. You right? No, him right there. Yeah. The wheelchair. You right. Yeah. I got y'all. No disrespect, y'all.
So now, that same person with the white shirt that you mentioned earlier, you couldn't tell if he had a firearm. Can you tell better now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It
what is
looks
the, based off of your personal experience, what kind of firearm do you believe that to be?
look like an AR style rifle.
Well, send this motherfucker to the neck. Yes, sir.
Hey, come back in here. Tell me what you got your room.
Now, which angle is this that we're looking at now?
That's towards the BP, cause I started to turn around, but I was halfway through it when I was stopped. So since I was given permission to go through, I'm backing up again, so I can not run up on the curb, and then I'm proceeding to go through.
Now, do you see the individual with the red shirt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that the same person that you circled earlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is that person doing with his body?
Motioning me through.
Okay. And based off of and when you say he's motioning you through, what do you mean?
Kind of like telling me which way, come on through, go through right there.
All right. And did you ever return back, I guess, going inbound towards 5 Points this night?
Yeah, but it had to be over an hour before I came back through.
Okay. And were the barricades still there?
I don't remember. I think they were, but I'm not really sure. Yeah.
1 second. And just, can you explain to the members of the jury, since you were there this particular day, what did the environment look like?
Very tense.
And tell me why you used the word tense.
Because it was a lot of tension because of the other situation that had happened.
Okay.
It just was, the intensity was thick going through there.
Did you see multiple people with guns,
Yeah.
long guns?
Yes, sir.
The state will pass the witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination?
Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
How many times would you say you went through that area that day?
That is a longer route. So it had to be either 3 or 4 times.
And you testified a few minutes ago that you saw multiple people with long guns.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was more than 3?
Absolutely.
More than 5?
Yeah,
More than 7?
probably.
The state asked you about seeing somebody in a red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw people in black too, didn't you?
I believe I saw one person in black, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saw children out there?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Did you see tents out there?
Tense, yeah, it was tense.
Okay. So as you're operating the bus, what's your responsibility?
To get my passengers from point A to point B, make sure they protected. In order, you know, everybody on my bus is my responsibility. Whether it's a part of the job description or not, I take it on as my responsibility.
Okay. And you're not responsible for taking inventory of everything that you see on the street as you're driving, are you?
No,
Okay. So you only know what happened on your bus, correct?
and around my bus,
Okay. So what was happening outside of your bus before you got there, you don't know?
no.
And you said you went through the area 3, maybe 4 times.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing in those trips that you made, the first 2 trips, made you feel like you didn't want to make a 3rd trip, did it?
I get paid to do a job and I'm gonna do it. So I wasn't intimidated, you know. I'm gonna do my job.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So you talked about on cross that there were multiple people with long guns. You remember that conversation?
Yes, sir.
How many people with long guns came to that bus?
Came to the bus as they were getting on it.
Approached the bus.
Approached the bus like in the vicinity. I think I saw 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the 2 or 3 you saw. One of them, would it be fair to say that the one that had on the red shirt is one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that the one that had on the white shirt is another one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Also, did you see kids doing cartwheels?
No, I didn't see that.
Did you, based off of your own personal thought process, was this a festive environment?
What you mean festive?
Festive.
Like a party or something? No.
Also, the shirt that this person had on, what color was it?
It was red, but it had some designs on it.
Okay. What color were the designs?
Looked like white and black, I think I saw.
Okay. Was there something going across this person's body?
Yeah, looked like a bag, a little shoulder bag or something like that.
What color pants?
Looked like blue jeans. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention to the pants.
We can play.
Play it, can you?
Do a split man for you?
Yeah. Blue jeans.
I want y'all to represent these people to the max.
Y'all, no disrespect, y'all, we got y'all.
You hear me? Represent this motherfucker to the max.
Promise I got you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, come back in here, tell me what you got for real.
So, after watching that video, do you now remember how many people came to the bus with the long gun?
Look like 2.
And were those the same 2 people that you described? 1 and 2, the one in the red shirt and the one in the white shirt.
Right.
Nobody
Yes.
in all black.
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any recross?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, can this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, thank you for spending your time with us today. You're excused. That means if you want to stay and watch, you can, but you don't have to. Ready with your next witness?
Statement called Chris McCord.